Don't say no names. We are live, baby. ShaqTV, 2020, new decade.
You better hope that nigga not still looking for you.
I mean, I live with lawyers, so I'm good. And they pass their bar exams. These are not lawyers. Yeah, right. Because you know we got some lawyers that are actually defending people without their bar exam, but we gonna talk about that later.
Let the song rock.
Let the song rock. Let the song rock. Let the song rock.
The shade of it all, darling. Got that pay raise though. Ooh.
Talk about it.
Swimming in women with their own condominiums, 5+5s who drive.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You lit. I'm gonna put the soundboard up for you.
boys and girls, hers, theys, unicorns.
Oh my God, it's problematic immediately.
Whatever you want to be called. I'm shouting out everybody. How is that problematic?
Go ahead, it's your show. Go ahead, girl.
Whatever
Do
you
your show.
identify as. Welcome to ShaqTV. Listen, I got some feedback, and I was told.
You so hype about that.
Listen.
Oh my God.
I was told I have to address my first time listeners, the people that's first time listening to this.
Okay.
So I want to welcome y'all. Welcome to ShaqTV. Here we bring guests on that we know nothing about, and we ask them questions so they can, you know what I mean, fill us in on what's going on the inside of your circle or whatever you want to call it.
I'm with you.
All right. ShaqTV going live. The credentials is
Is
there.
that usually drop?
The experience. I'm not using the drop. It's a new year, new decade. We starting off right. We're
That's
not
a
gonna
new
give
drop.
people stale shit.
Did he make a drop for you?
Take
ShaqTV
me
going
to
live.
the king.
The credentials is going live.
Look at you messing up. Let's put the drop.
Cause
down.
you started singing "Take Me to the King."
That's what you got the drop for. Take her to the king.
Don't have. You know it?
Raven, please.
All right.
ShaqTV going live. The credentials is there. The experience is there. I done traveled up and down the Eastern Hemisphere. Don't come for me. Don't try me. My hands work.
They was about to get tested the other day
Gosh.
too, boy.
And you know why they ain't get tested. Niggas knew the vibe.
Hey, you king.
We have Charlie Rocks in the house as always. We got Moises in the house as always. You know, special guest. Can I get some drum rolls, please?
I
Please.
don't know which button that is.
Brrr. Raven Simone
That's the drum rolls.
in the building. Raven.
So disrespectful.
Okay. What's your last name?
I thought you said no names.
I don't have one.
You don't have. All right, we gonna stick with that. So can I call you Raven Simone since you want to be so?
You can call me Raven. You can call me Raven
Alright, I'll
Marie.
call you
That's my
Raven.
middle name, Raven Marie.
Marie. That's interesting.
I'm Hispanic. It's not really shocking.
Okay.
Everybody's Mary, some version of.
That's true. How we want to start the story off is people's New Year's resolution. It's a new decade. It's a new decade. We gonna ignore that. We just gonna ignore that.
That was a big sign.
Right. We just gonna ignore that. We
So
gonna.
you want to start somewhere else?
I'm gonna start off
Oh, you gonna start
from
off?
jump.
You took your glasses off.
My New Year's resolution is
You about to get- you
in 2019. I was really trying to be nice to people and, you know what I mean, adapting to the times. You know, you can't like be out forward with yourself. You gotta like
You sound like somebody hurt you in 2019.
listen. I was a little bit fake in 2019 too. A lot of people in the workspace, whatever space.
Speak on it, king.
But in 2020, I'm gonna be as like unfiltering as possible. I'm not wasting any more mental strength on like, oh, I should switch it up, or I'm in this setting, I should do this. Fuck that. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm tired of that shit.
Remember, you're not giving out money either, so don't ask.
Yes, for people that ask me for favors and shit, that's done for too.
Why were we giving out money in the first place?
Cause he got it like that.
I'm a nice guy.
Hey,
and
Let
when
me
I
find out you got coins.
Yo, he got
you
coins.
see someone in need, you want to help.
Let
You
me
want
hold
to
$20.
You want to father stretch his hand. But all that's done with. Charles, you got any resolutions for the new decade, new year?
Same shit from last episode. My New Year's resolution is every day. You know what I mean? I think we did this already last episode. I don't have a New Year's resolution. I don't have one. What the fuck?
That's okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
I don't really think I have one either.
Thank you.
I just want to. Well, it's not about having a resolution. I think I just always want to be a better version of myself every day.
Why does that baffle you? Like, what's wrong with you?
Because no. Because it's no shade. Like, I'm not mad at people who do resolutions, but I just feel like it shouldn't take you until December 31st to realize that you need to change something. You should be like in a consistent state of like evolution.
We are all human beings.
We are all human.
we
That's what I'm saying.
need,
It's not
like-
shade. Do what you need to do.
Right, but we also need like deadlines and stuff to keep us in check. Keep us
That's
in
true.
line.
But some people can have a daily deadline. You can have a daily deadline. Like at the end of the day, like what is something that I did today that I don't want to do tomorrow? And that's what I do. So I don't have resolutions. I just want to continue being a better person every day.
I went Raven. To make a good point.
That's boring, but okay.
I mean, I'll be boring. I'm fine with that.
You fine with that? All right.
Somebody like it.
Charles, do you like it?
I love it.
There you go.
There it is.
The elephant in the room that we're gonna tackle,
Elephant.
or donkey. Which one is
It's the
the?
elephant. You got it.
It's the elephant.
It's the elephant.
Oh, yeah.
See what I did there? I'm not pointing any names or doing anything like that, but someone voted for Trump, and he's
What?
causing havoc right now.
You ready to go to war?
Listen, he's causing havoc right now, and I just want to say, because if we don't touch on politics, it's gonna be like we have to touch on politics.
Somebody in this room? Right now?
in this house, somebody that been in this house. We not here to poke at people or stab people or break them down of mistakes, past mistakes. Definitely not him.
Is it a mistake though?
But the other option was Hillary. And I mean, matter of fact, I'm not even going to defend it.
Please
I'm not
don't.
even going to defend
Please
it. I'm not even
don't.
going to defend it. I'm not
Next
even going to defend
topic.
it.
Wonderful.
I'm not even going to defend it. But I just want to let the listeners know, like, we understand what's going on in the politics field right now, and that we disagree with it wholeheartedly. And yeah, moving on.
Wow.
Okay, so Raven.
Well,
moving on.
I have nothing to say after that. I just
Speechless. I left a lot of girls speechless before, so
Well,
won't be my first time.
I'm glad that I'm not one of them.
You just said you were speechless.
You have not caused me to be speechless. The
Okay,
actions
okay.
of someone else
Okay.
have caused me to be speechless. Please
What was
don't
those
try me in
actions?
here today.
What was those actions?
Please don't try me.
No,
today,
what was
sir.
those actions? I'm about that. I'm about that life. Don't try me. Moving on. So Raven, I always like to tell people give their credentials because my credentials is out there. And let's start with education per se.
Oh, you want my resume? I'm a
Um,
Howard woman through and through. HU,
Ooh.
you know, the only HU that exists and matters.
The only issue that exists and matters. I wish I knew
There are no others. The other one was established as an institute, therefore it's not an HU.
Disqualified. Automatically disqualified.
It's just that's the way it is. Anywho,
Mm-hmm.
that's that. Wonderful, great times. We're recording on J5. Shout out to all the wonderful Kappas at Howard University. That was a great time.
Mm-hmm. Are you in a fraternity?
No, because I'm a girl.
Sorority. Listen, I'm learning up here. It's 2020. Sorority here?
No, I'm not. I'm okay with that. I was doing a lot of other things at Howard, including. I don't want to go back there. It's 2020.
I heard Howard was a lit school. Is it a party school?
I mean, yeah.
You say it's a party school?
I would say it's a party school. I would say that it's a party school, but like we're about our business. Like Howard is an academic school first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
You can't come to Howard and be like playing games. Like everybody's popping. Whether you're in school or be College of Arts and Sciences, everybody's on something.
All right.
People are not playing games, in my experience.
Okay. Now, what's your work field? What do you do right now?
I'm a public defender, in the wonderful borough of Brooklyn.
Wow, round of applause. She did.
That's what I do for my life. By way of Georgetown University Law Center.
Oh. So you went to Howard for undergrad?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I like you even more now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good job, Raven.
Thank you. Can I have some more applause, please?
Let's give some
I don't
more
think
applause
people appreciate me.
for going to Georgetown Law School. Good job, Raven. Okay.
This is fun, guys. I like this.
We ain't even get to the sweet shit yet. This is the underthrow. Like I'm pitching underhand right now.
Okay.
I got you. Baby.
All right.
I'm gonna warm you up. I know how to treat a lady.
Oh.
So you're a public defender.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into that a little bit. Like on a day-to-day basis, I know you see a lot of BS and a whole lot of other things.
Not from my clients.
Not from me clients.
It's 2020. Shout out new discovery and new bail laws. Wonderful.
Right. Whoever got those passed, whoever pushed for those, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. And those should already been.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been
excited to get people off of Rikers.
Right. What made you want it to be a public defender though?
Oh God, this is my Howard story. People always ask like, "Oh, why'd you go to Howard? Why?" Blah blah blah. Okay, I think that this is like a pretty relatable story for any Black, brown child. You always like know that something doesn't feel right. You know when you're not being treated fairly, but you may not always have the vocabulary to describe why something doesn't feel right. I think when I went to Howard, I really like took classes where I really got to understand the history of systematic racism as a whole. And something that Howard like always puts into you is like be the best that you can be in the field that you're supposed to be in. And so I think when I was at Howard, that's when I realized that I wanted to be a lawyer. Like I always knew I wanted to do something surrounding like Black folk and Black people.
So when you got there, it wasn't like a liberal arts kind of thing. You was like,
well, I was an administration of justice major, so I thought I was gonna do something with like policy or like I knew I was gonna be in this like field somewhere. But I think the more I started taking like corrections classes, this like sociology of poverty, I really started to realize that I could be good at being a lawyer. And I think I've always been good at arguing. So that doesn't.
I feel like that's women get that.
Well, I'm a
birth.
Sagittarius.
Women get
crazy
that from
Sagittarius.
Birth. See, we're not gonna bring a horoscope.
I'm just saying.
You really believe in that horoscope thing?
I mean, I think it's pretty accurate for me.
I'm an Aries.
I know you are.
And can you admit that your best time, your wildest time in life was within an Aries? Don't even think about it. Don't. Yeah, come on.
I mean, it wasn't you.
Out here,
I don't know about best time, but like, it was fun.
It was a good time.
It was fun.
Right, come on.
Best time is like, that's a lot.
All right, best time is a lot. But
he was also Ghanaian, so that's.
Oh, he from the motherland.
Next topic.
Yeah, next topic. We not getting there yet. Let's stick to you in law school.
I forgot we're recording.
Listen, let's stick to you in law school. You chose this path.
I chose this path. Rather, it chose me.
We always meet turmoil. What willed you? What gave you the motivation to say, okay, I already got my degree from Howard. This should be good enough. What said, you know what? I want to go to law school. I want to go to Georgetown. I want to do this. I want to go to school more. I want to get in debt more. That's a big
I have
decision.
a story. I'm gonna try to make it as quickly as possible.
Go ahead. We got all night. Even though it's Sunday.
I did my internships when I was an undergrad, and they were always like policy internships. And when I finally went to law school, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a lawyer. I'm not really sure where. I thought like being a public defender was cool, but I didn't really know what it was about. So my first summer in law school, I went to Nashville, their public defender office. It's an amazing office run by two amazing Black women, which you rarely see in this field.
Absolutely.
They are just everything.
Right. And my office is run by white women. But go ahead. I'll let you go ahead. Go ahead. Please don't make it hot. If you make it hot, then I'm gonna have to cut it out. Go ahead.
I won't. I mean, it's not about making it hot. It's about making it facts. The law field is mostly white men and white women. It's not shots. It just is what it is. But people have to make a true effort to make sure that that's not always the case. Anywho, back to Nashville.
Yes.
I was there, and it was like my first day in the actual courtroom in Nashville, and you had to go like in the back in the holding cells. And I wish there was a better way to describe it. The holding cells were people who have been arrested the day before. They're waiting to be arraigned on their case. And I went in the back, and it was all black men.
Wow.
And I knew that, like we know this, we read numbers, on a piece of paper. But when you're like in the deep South, I literally went in the back. I saw literally all black men standing in what is a cage.
Absolutely.
And I went back to my little cubicle and I cried. Wow. Because I knew this is a true story. I knew that was the case, but it's like when you actually see it, it really broke my heart. It really does. And truly broke my heart, because I just was like this can't be the case.
Piece of shit, right? It's like,
exactly. I'm like this can't be the case.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't only that. It was like when I went back there, the men that were being held were immediately like, ma'am, are you my lawyer? Because they saw because they saw a black woman. Mm-hmm. And that's not shade to that office there, but it's like most people in this field don't look like the people that they're representing. And that doesn't mean they can't be amazing. They're still doing awesome work, and they may still have a heart of gold.
Right.
But when somebody who is in that situation sees someone that looks like them, it changes your encounter. It just does.
For the good or the worse.
That feeling is like, there is a piece of like ego in everything you do. So like when you're actually able to help someone and they're like, thank you, sis. It's like, it really like, I've been drinking. I'm like, you're gonna make me shed a tear. It really means something. It's so powerful. The other day I went in the back here to go talk to one of my clients. Oh, I don't want to
cry, please.
Client confidentiality. No, it's client confidentiality. But they had on a they had a
this
certain
contest for y'all people.
No, they had a certain rapper on their T-shirt, and I was like, oh, I was just listening to this person early, and it like threw me off because like I'm at work, but like I saw this person on their shirt. And I was like, oh, I was just listening to him. Did you like this album? And then I'm like, okay, we got to get to it. But just in that moment, it creates a moment of like. Right. For that person, like this person gets me, they see me, they understand me, and I think that's why I do what I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Round of applause for Raven again. Raven, I want to thank you personally for defending blackness. I really appreciate it because I've been incarcerated before, and I know the feeling, and I want to just like, I can't thank you enough. Yeah.
I mean, I have really family members that have been incarcerated before, and I think that also shapes your experience.
Absolutely, right.
Like I don't want for this to be something that continues to be a norm for people that look like us.
That's true.
And I know I'm not going to change the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you can, when you meet someone, you meet them for a snapshot. I don't know what happened before I met you, and I'll probably never know what happens after we stop seeing each other. But I want in this moment to not make your life worse than it is in this moment,
right? And
to do the best that I can to get you out of this situation with the least harm.
I really appreciate it. I'm about to cry too. Raven gonna make me cry because I promised myself I wasn't gonna cry, but I'm gonna hold it together. I'm gonna hold it together. All right,
it's heavy stuff.
It's definitely heavy stuff. I don't know how y'all do it, because I would have been in there
fighting. I go in my office and I shut the door and I cry.
Fighting prosecutors. I can't do it. I'm not even going to say what I would do, but just like, I'm too emotionally invested in making the world a better place to control them, so to speak. And I always resort to violence. Violence is my first like thing.
It's about building relationships though, right? Like if I go in a courtroom, like I'm not trying to be buddy with everybody in there, but I'm also like, I want to respect everyone in this situation, because the more that I respect the prosecutor, the court officers, the judge, like I want to respect everyone because I want a better outcome for the person standing next to me. And this is a whole nother like podcast for another day. The way that black women have to behave in the workplace is like a whole nother level of the way you move.
That's true.
So I'm never going to come into the courtroom and be like, This is what we about to do today. Everybody shut up. Like, that's not going to happen. There are other people in this field who get to go into the courtroom and really turn up. I can't do that because.
Right. And I want to say this. This is why I'm changing a lot of stuff in 2020, because I see that there's other people that don't give a fuck when they're at work. Because of their skin color, they get to not give a fuck. And I want to make it the norm that also my skin color.
And it's not out of being malicious. I want to say that. The other people that are in this field, like, it's not because they're being malicious. It's just that's just their way of being. They've never had to be aware of how they're behaving. So it's not out of like being malicious sometimes.
Absolutely. But there's also.
We police ourselves a lot at work. Right.
And there's also black people that didn't grow up in the hood. You got parents that made it out the hood, and you grew up in a white area, but then you act like the whites. And
you talking about me?
No, not you.
Oh, but I was like, how you know where I'm from?
But I'm saying, but there's black people in the office that act like the whites and go around and go crazy, and then I'm just like, okay, if there's people that act crazy, then I'm gonna act crazy from where I'm from, and I better not hear nothing about it.
But you know,
I do know, but I'm mixy,
and it's sad, but it just is what it is. We police ourselves differently at work. Right. We just do.
We just do. Okay, moving on from that.
I love your quiet storm voice, by the way. I like it.
Don't mess up. Listen, that's my trick. I got a trick I be doing because I got some lady friends.
Oh my God, that's not where I was going with that. What is happening? I just wanted to have a nice time.
But that's okay. Forget about it. Moving on. This is what everyone comes here for.
I like your stuffed animal.
His name is Bob Marley.
That's nice.
He takes hugs and kisses and stuff. You wanna?
No, because I have lipstick on. I don't want to.
Yeah, that's true. Makeup on my t-shirt, I hate it.
Yeah.
Everyone comes to ShaqTV for the relationship advice and whatever the case may be. And I want to ask you, right? Going through law school, how many years of school you did? Like 6 or 8?
You mean like undergrad and law school?
Yeah, all together.
So I graduated a semester early from undergrad. That was 3.5 years because I came into undergrad with already a semester of school from high school. I was an RA.
I hate RAs.
But it's because
oh my fucking God,
I was a mean RA. I was like, I told those girls the first day they sat down, I was in the Bethune-Cookman Annex. I sat all the girls down on the 4th floor and I said, if you come in here and you drunk, it's done. Do not come in here. I'm not getting in trouble. I don't want anything happening to you. And then your parents looking at me because something happened. Don't come in here acting a fool. But that was fun though.
You're a human being, right? We make mistakes.
But I was like, don't put me in a position where I got to call your mom and be like, something happened to you.
Absolutely.
Don't put me in that position.
But I will also say this. I get it. You get the free room. I get it.
It was nice. I had my own room.
Listen, I always say this. This is one of my biggest rules.
I was a sophomore.
Put yourself in a position to win. And you put yourself in a position to win. And I would say this. The RAs that act like they was like the fucking dean of the school.
No, I wasn't that bad. My thing was just like with drinking. Like, just don't make a bad decision. If you need to come in my room, if you need to talk to me, like, I did cute little stuff for them.
Were you like walking around though?
No. Well, this is the thing. We had to do room checks at the dorm that I lived in. So we had to do room checks, I think, like, I don't want to lie, like maybe like twice a semester or something like that. I don't know. But other than that, I was like, do what you want to do. Just don't make me have to call your parent and say something happened to you, because that's like a parent's worst nightmare. Like, absolutely, I don't want to be responsible.
You definitely don't want to be the cop. Like, listen.
Yeah, I don't want to be responsible for that. But no, what I'm saying is, when I was in high school, I had a semester's worth of college credits in high school. So when I came in, I was already halfway to being a sophomore. So I did 3.5 years, and then I did law school in 3.5 years. So what is that? 7.
Wow. I want to say, let's give her a round of applause. I feel like we're just going to give you a round of applause this whole episode.
You know what? You have to give people their flowers.
Right.
I've never been applauded this much. This is wonderful. I might be back next week.
Not to record though. Moving on. You were RA. You did 7 years. Was it worth it?
To be an RA?
No. The
7
years?
years?
Of schools.
I think so, because I'm 26 and I'm done with school.
Could have been done earlier. And
But I mean, like, I'm 26
wait,
and I'm in a position where
absolutely.
I want to be and I'm done. Like,
right,
I'm making the money that I want to
But can you also
make.
agree with this, though? We have certain years of our lives that we can, like, fuck up and still make up that ground.
Yeah.
And I felt like
and I don't judge anybody for that, but I spent
you
those
spent most
years
in
but
those
I'm
school.
having fun now.
But I spent those years, like,
you see what I mean?
wilding out.
Like I'm done.
But you don't got the stories I got. You done.
Oh, you don't. Oh, you don't. How you know what I was doing?
Raven. Listen, if you listen to my first episode, I've been there.
Can I have like a piece of cardboard or something so that I can fan myself? It's quite warm in here.
Moises, get her something quick.
Moises,
break that off. Break that off right there. The black.
I feel like
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sweating, and this
Take
is
that
not
off.
going to be cute on the visual. Thank you, darling.
She in church. Get a.
I really am somebody's auntie, for real.
But
Shout out to my babies.
who's your babies?
I told you I'm somebody's aunt.
All right. I just wanted to make sure I was in the babies category. Moving on, Raven. Moving on. Don't worry
Go
about
ahead,
that.
sir. This is just insane. I don't know what's happening.
Okay. So you said your years of fucking up, you went through school. Mm-hmm. What the people want to know is, Raven, and I don't want you. I don't want you to be intimidated by this question.
She doesn't
At
get
all.
intimidated.
Okay. Lord knows she graduated early and all these excellent things she's already done.
Right.
What's your list? Because I don't see a ring.
Oh my God! Why is this happening?
So
right now?
what's your list in terms of what a man has to bring to the table?
Ooh, that's how you know we live in New
Don't
York.
y'all dare
child.
move. Nobody move an inch.
Nobody better move. Who order Uber Eats? There are other people that you all can't see in the room right now, and somebody better not have ordered Uber Eats.
Right. Go ahead, Raven.
Y'all order Uber Eats? Listen.
First time listeners, please bear with me. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry, guys. What is the list that a person can do what? Sorry, guys.
Like this man has to meet these
a
criteria.
person.
Oh, you date women too?
A person.
A person.
I'm just saying a person.
A person.
You take from that what you will.
Oh, I'm gonna take from that a lot.
I'm just saying a person.
Okay, but I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying. Man, woman, they, whatever.
Okay.
What's your list?
I feel very set up right now.
This is not a setup. Okay. Let me underhand you. Would you, white guy? Black guy, Hispanic?
I love all my white Nubian kings, but it's gonna be a no for me. And
Why
that's
is
not
that?
because there's anything wrong with them. People are people. Love is love.
Right.
Yes, all that stuff. But when I think about like what I want my family to look like, I picture like a
Ooh.
black household.
Black household. Gotcha.
That's what I want. I just picture a black household. I think it's like the same stuff that everyone like says, like when they're being corny. Like you want somebody who respects you, somebody who's like a good communicator,
Right.
someone who listens to you, someone who makes you laugh. Like those are the things that everybody says. Like
Raven, I got a lot of listeners. Mm-hmm. Whatever they identify as, they're probably gonna be like, "Oh, she's cute. I might want to reach out to her." And they,
I mean, I'm kind of crazy, so you probably shouldn't.
I feel like all people are crazy to an extent.
You know what? I had a conversation with somebody about this the other day because they were like, "Oh, you're a Sagittarius. Sagittarius women are always very jealous." And I'm like, no. It's not jealous and it's not protective. It's that when I'm pouring my energy into someone, I expect you not to be pouring my energy into other people.
But we are all. Let me put this down. Because I'm about to get serious.
Let's get serious.
We are all human beings.
We are.
We all go through this world and experience it in our own our own eyes and our own perspective.
Yeah.
You know, you have had men put their all into you, and you have put that into someone else.
I don't know.
Let's not.
I don't know.
I don't want you to admit to it because I know you're a lawyer. I don't want you to admit to anything. I don't want you to deny anything. I made a statement, and that statement is a fact for everyone walking this planet Earth.
All right.
We not gonna go there.
Where you bouncing in your seat at?
I am bouncing because you know that's
you finna
true.
bring the South Carolina out of me. I got a phone number to start with 803. Don't.
Yo, like just come back from San Quentin, so you ain't want none of this, you know. I telling you right now, you ain't want none of this.
I don't know what that means.
Exactly. But
I like the way it sounds.
But I'm telling you, I know there's a dude out there that was willing to kiss the floor you walk on. He was ready to give you all the back rubs in the world. He was ready to.
Yeah, but you have to want it from that person.
That's what I was just saying.
So
listen. This has
turned into
a
situation.
I've told many women like, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that, you're that.
I don't need you to tell me I'm beautiful.
Exactly. But at the end of it, I was like, I know I'm not the guy you want to hear it from, but take it with a grain of salt as you may, because it's not going to mean anything unless it's from the person you want it from.
Right.
And with that being said, to your point of, you putting your all into someone as a Sagittarius and they putting their all into someone else, you're just not the person they want it from.
Yes. Yes.
So it's not personal.
Yes.
It's not personal. No, it's not personal at all.
I agree with you. We on the same page on this piece right here. I see what you're saying. I see where you're going with this.
Right.
I see.
I'm building bridges here, ladies and gentlemen. Building bridges. So with that being said, where's this going? It's a journey. ShaqTV podcast. It's a journey.
It is a journey, but no, that is my list.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a list though. That sounds very like you gotta check. If I meet you and we have a good what's the word? Not a relationship, because you don't have a relationship with someone right off bat. But you know, like when you just have like good energy with someone.
Let me get a 20-second time out. If you had a good energy, right, with this person, right, and this guy is so fun to be around. Perfect zodiac sign. Y'all match. Y'all clink. But he is white. You're not gonna date him.
Oh, I know. I wouldn't say that. I just mean like when I think in my mind, like when I close my eyes and I see my family 10 years from now, it's like a blackety black family in every way, shape, or form. Now, if I meet someone and that's the person that I'm supposed to be with, then I'm going to be with that person. I'm never going to be like, oh, I'm not going to be with you because of that's very superficial.
Okay.
But when you're saying like my ideal, you know what? One of my friends said this to me earlier. She was like, it's not about being elitist. It's not about being bougie. But when it comes to the matters of your heart, you do have the right to be bougie.
Absolutely.
Like you do have the right to be like, I want to be with this type of person. I want to be with this type of person. So when I close my eyes, I see a black family that is full of just like, there's not even a word for it. Like, I think this is, again, a whole nother podcast, like in terms of like black culture and like it being appropriated by others. Like,
we'll save that for Black History Month.
We'll save that. Yeah. But I see a family that is literally just black and full of blackness in every way, shape, and form. Like the way we communicate with each other, the way we respect one another, the way that we teach one another. Like, I don't want my kids to ever be in a situation, should I ever decide to have kids, because right now it's a hell no for me.
Shut up.
I don't want them to ever be in a situation where they feel like how I felt when I was growing up. And that's with all love and respect to the people that created me, where you feel like you don't fit in with one group or the other.
Right. And I want to say this too, because I will always hold this grudge. This is the only grudge I hold against my mother, is that she shipped me out the country at a vital age. I was 12. I was getting ready to go into high school, and that fucked
Where'd you go?
That fucked me up.
You went
totally.
to St. Kitts?
No, I moved from St. Kitts to America, and that fucked me up.
I didn't know that.
Big time. That fucked me up.
It
big
messed
time.
up your foundation.
Right. So it's like I have friends back home, but we don't have experiences that you have when you're a teenager. We have experiences that you have when you're like 12 and below, like group parties and all that stuff and what's not. And then I have friends that I've met here that we have experiences as teenagers, but we don't have those experiences that, oh, you was at my 8th birthday party, you was at my 10th birthday party type shit. And it's ripping me apart. That's why I'm trying to build a bridge. I'm always trying to build.
I relate to that because both my parents were in the military.
Right.
And we moved every 3 years.
It's ripping me apart because it's like
there's two different pieces of your heart.
Like,
but I also feel like that's just a piece of like blackness in general. Like, where do you belong? Because we ain't really supposed to be here, no way.
Absolutely not. I can't.
The way that we got here.
Right. And my biggest gripe.
I'm not in my natural habitat
in this world. Absolutely, my biggest gripe in this world is that America really convinced everybody that
don't get me started.
Their dollar, their paper is worth more than other people's paper.
I mean, we know this. We know that we created the
and
economic foothold for this country
crazy.
to become the powerhouse that it is. Oh my Shout out to Black people.
Moving on. That's another.
I'll be back
podcast.
during Black History Month,
guys.
guys.
Yeah, you definitely will be back. Okay, now back to you. 7 years of school. How was it balancing school and the natural human? How should I say this? Needs.
I know everybody in here better perk the hell up. That's what I want to say.
We not worried about them right now. They're not on the episode. They're not talking.
I'm sorry.
But how did you handle balancing relationships in school and books?
I never dated when I was in school. Well, I was about to lie. There were people that I thought I was dating when I was in school, and they thought that they weren't dating me. And then years later, they were telling people that I was dating them. You know who you are. But
you got to share this with them so they get that.
Doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. But no, I'm trying to think. I mean, this is like natural dating. Like, I wasn't dating anyone, but like I was dating people.
And I'm saying, how did you balance that? Listen.
I didn't do it very well, to be very honest. I didn't do it very well because I'm the type of person that like I need to be my own person. I need to be my own free bird, and I don't like to feel. See, this is something that your species does.
I've called her a woman this whole time.
I know.
Not once did I say female. Let the record
don't
show.
Don't start now.
I ain't gonna start now, but I'm just putting this on record, Your Honor.
Not everyone. We won't generalize. We won't generalize. Is like they'll be like, oh yeah, like they'll and I don't even make this about myself because we won't make this like an ego moment. Like men will see a woman that intrigues them, and then like when they feel like they possess what intrigues them, they want that person to stop being what intrigued them in the first place. So it's like you have to continue to let someone be who they are, and that's why I have issues. That's why I didn't balance it well in school because it's like that I'm a person that's ambitious. I'm in college. I'm in law school. I'm like always doing the next thing. I'm busy, and that's how you met me. But now you want me to stop.
We're all human beings, and I've seen women do this as well.
Oh yes, that's why I said it's not just the. It's
I
want to
capture the big fish. Like he has a lot of girls chasing him, and I'm the girl that he chose. But now I want him to like stop being him, where other women are trying to pursue him, and it's.
Well, this is something.
And
I think I'm not gonna quote it right, and it's gonna make me so mad. But it was part of Lauren London's eulogy when Nipsey passed, and she was like, "You can't possess people; you can only experience them." I thought that was so powerful. Like you can't own another human being, right? Like you have to let them be who they are, and you have to be whole in who you are as a person, and hope that person is only gonna like maximize your
thing.
experience.
It's a yin and yang.
Yeah.
You just gotta mix.
That's what I think.
That's what you think?
But I feel like it's easier said than done, right? Like it's easier to be like, yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. But like life is life, and it's messy, and we're people, and we do the best that we can, and we try not to hurt as many people as throughout the process. I don't know.
Off the top of your head right now, you think you broken more hearts or got your heart broken more? This is what I hate, yo. This is what I hate.
You can't
This is what I hate.
Because I want to be fair.
You shouldn't even think about this. Because as a guy, I know women have way more
I'm not
opportunities.
crying, by the way.
I know you're not crying. Women have way more opportunities than men do. So
what?
In terms of like, you will have 5 guys catcall you a day. I know the number may be higher. It's definitely high. Listen.
But I don't want that though.
I know you don't want it, but it happens. And a guy may have -2 women catcall him away a day.
Really?
So therefore,
Okay, let me find out.
So therefore,
what they be saying to you?
So therefore, you have way more opportunities to break people's heart than men breaking your heart.
But do you take those opportunities?
Ay. Again,
I'm a lawyer. What do you want?
Again, it's not about you.
I'm about to really I've been drinking and you're about to make me very vulnerable because I have been in situations. No, I don't even know about break. I don't know. I never broke anybody's heart. Nobody ever broke my heart. I think I've been in situations and been disappointed more than I have disappointed other people. Do you know?
Raven.
What?
I've got my heart broken by a pretty girl, and I consider you pretty.
Oh, thank you. That's nice.
Ain't educated. And
thank you. Wonderful.
Let her tell the story. She didn't break my heart.
It's two sides to every story.
It's 2 sides to every story. But let her tell it. She never broke my heart because, we wasn't serious.
That's why communication is important. Communication. You have to ask people what you're doing so that you can tailor your expectations. That's something that I've gotten better at as I've gotten older. Is asking people, what are you what's happening here? Instead of just assuming.
I'm not a confrontations kind of guy.
It's not about being confrontational. It's about you have to communicate with somebody, because if you're not communicating with them, you could be thinking one thing is happening.
But if we vibing.
It's not about I hate 2020. It's not about vibing. It's about being an adult and being am I dating you and you dating me? Or am I dating you and you're dating X, Y, and Z?
Okay.
You have to ask that.
You have to ask that. Listen.
Do you expect me to stop dating people?
I want to give a disclaimer right now.
You have to ask that.
Listen, you have to ask that. I want to give a disclaimer right now with this statement I'm about to make.
Ay, Dios mío.
I don't mean this in a malicious way. Just follow me.
Help me.
Listen. When a woman and a man is in the room, we do not go, we about to have sex or that, right?
I would hope that there's some sort of conversation there.
Yeah, there's some conversation and we end up in the room together. But I'm not just flat out yo, take your pants off, we gonna do this. I'm trying to caress you.
How did we get here?
That's why I made the disclaimer in the beginning.
Okay, I see what you're saying. You're talking about the communication, certain things that are not communicated.
Certain things that are not communicated. It's certain things that goes on feeling.
I agree.
So if I feel that you're
but I can't feel like I'm the only person dating you. I need to know that I'm the only person dating you. I can't be I feel like I'm the only one he like. I feel like he not texting nobody else when he go home. I need to be what's going on? Is this you and me or you, me, and she?
That's a good point. Good point.
Do you see what I'm saying? We can feel that. We can feel it and we can be in a good place and you can be thinking one thing. That's why you have to ask. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make it a confrontation. I think that's very much. It's not a heartbreaker. I think it's very mature.
What if I'm feeling listen, Raven, listen. What if I'm feeling yo, Raven really feeling me? We doing this together. We went on 3 dates in a week.
3 days.
3 dates in a week. That's a lot. So I'm like,
He got coin.
right. I'm the only guy she could be talking to. And then a week later, I ask,
me.
am I the only guy? And then it's like,
It's 7 days in a week, boo.
It's 7 days a week. Yeah, I know how I go. You don't gotta tell me. I learned the hard way.
And that's not about being shady. Again, that's about communication. Hey, I really like you. I want to know, are we just dating each other? Like, this is a good way to put it, right? Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's always easier said than done. But you could be like, you know what? Listen, I'm not trying to get married tomorrow. I just want to know, I'm really feeling you. Are we just dating each other? Are we dating you? Like, are you dating other people? I just want to know so I can tailor my expectations.
Wow. Well said.
There you go.
Moises, you better clip that. I need that as a drop.
That's all it is.
Don't even use drops.
No, I'm still in that.
So that way, if the person is like, yeah, you know, like I am still kind of like dating other people, you know, moving forward, that doesn't mean that you're like, oh, I'm done with this person.
Right.
At least you know moving forward that you're not in a committed relationship with that person. And you now have, this is the thing. You about to get me on my soapbox. The thing is every day when you're dating a person, you make a choice of whether or not you're going to deal with what the person's doing or you're not going to deal with it. Mm-hmm. And that conversation is one of them. So if I ask you, Shaq, are you dating somebody else? I don't want to get married to you tomorrow. I just want to know, is it just you and me? And you're like, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I am still dating other people. Mm-hmm. And I can either say, okay, cool, and keep dating you. Right? Or I can say, that's not cool with me and keep it moving. And that's not about being an ultimatum. An ultimatum would be either you stop dating them or this is done. Mm-hmm. What I have to do is say, okay, and then make the decision for what works best for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's not heartbreak.
Hypothetical.
Am I making sense?
You are.
You
I'm
following. One side of the story.
No, I'm following.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
No. But for my listeners, I got to give them hypotheticals and stuff. This is what I do.
Hypothetically.
In a parallel universe.
Save that for a drop.
Not this one.
Not this universe.
Raven, me and you together, right? Oh. And then it's a parallel universe. We
don't know, but like even in a parallel universe, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Even in a
parallel universe, it's a stretch.
That's true. But
I adore you.
We're together, right? And I go, hey, Raven, are you dating anyone? And you go, yeah, I am. I'm in these streets. And I go, you know, that's not cool with me. I want to get serious, right? And then you say, no, I don't want to get serious. What do you think I should do? You
have to do what works for you.
These are facts.
And you've already told me that doesn't work for you. So that's when it becomes an ultimatum. If you say that doesn't work for me, it just needs to be you and I say I'm not ready for that, and then you say I'm done then.
No. I don't say
I'm going to pull back then. I'm done, but you have to tell that person, okay, I'm going to pull back then because you already told me that that's not cool for you. Okay. So if I tell you that I don't want to do that and then you change your mind, now you was trying to give me a little ultimatum. You was kind of low-key threatening me a little bit.
Still in the hypothetical. You go, oh, I'm out here in these streets. And I go, okay, cool. I love your company. I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy picking your brain. All these things, right? How long are we going to do you in these streets and me waiting for you to be done with that?
As long as she wants you to.
This is like such a lawyer question. Like, how long are we supposed to only be? I don't know. My parents knew it. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Mm-hmm. Hi, mommy, daddy. I hope you guys are not ever listening to
You better send this shit to them. You better send this shit to them.
Life. They're wonderful people. Shout out to Mary and Lawrence. They've been together for 30 years. My parents moved in together after they knew each other. My mother is Puerto Rican and my father is Black American.
Ooh, my boy was doing right.
Let's not. We love Black love in all its forms.
Let's. Come on now. Are we gonna act like?
But let's not, because we love Black women.
That's true.
And I am a Black woman. No matter who I come from, when you look at me, see me walking down the street, you understand that I'm a Black woman first and foremost. That's my ethnicity, but it's not my race. My race, first and foremost, will always be a Black woman.
I hate this technical.
Anywho, my parents, this is the example. This is fucking Raven TV, okay?
Go ahead, do your thing.
My parents literally got married in 6 months. They've been together for 30 years.
Wow.
Everybody was like, what? Yeah.
Your pops, he was.
They were basically living together after like a few weeks.
Wow. He knew.
So that's the example. Like, you can't say that it's like a timeline, but for some other people, that's like not enough time for them to know what's going on. I don't mean to be that guy,
but that was definitely a different time than we in right now.
Why is that?
You know why that is.
Why?
Yeah, I keep going then.
Charles, you got mic time. Do your thing.
Wait. Come on, Charles.
Charles. They met. They got married 6 months. That was in a different time than today. We would be living in today.
Obviously, it was a different time. But what Charles is trying to say is, like...
That wouldn't have happened today.
Not saying it would not happen today, but these days...
With social media and all the hectic things. And it's like...
Because we're in I can always find one better world right now. That's why.
And this is what I have to say to the people. The grass is never greener on the other side.
The grass is greener where you water it. The grass is greener where you water it.
Right. What she said. The grass is greener.
Them people got green grass because they've been watering it for 30 years.
Can I ask you a question?
What you said?
Would you rather be in the world where you're looking for the grass to be greener, or you rather just be waiting for her, like you said in your hypothetical world, for her to be done doing what she's doing, watering her grass?
It's a hypothetical.
No, hypothetically, which side would you like to be on? The one looking for new grass, or one waiting for the grass to get watered?
I'm looking for new grass.
But if somebody is not valuing you, then...
But everybody, no. Everybody's not ShaqTV, though.
Would you move like that?
Everybody's not ShaqTV.
No.
I just want to say this is probably your best episode ever.
What'd you say?
Is this your best episode ever? I think so.
It's my best episode in 2020. I'll tell you that much. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I just want to clarify it out because that hypothetical situation you brought made it sound like something you could relate to, and that didn't sound nothing.
Yeah, that's
nothing. That's like ShaqTV.
That's not my bag, but I know that there's some dudes that's their bag. Like they will wait for a girl and see what she about.
What does that mean? Wait for a girl? Like what?
That what you brought up was
not waiting. That what you brought was not waiting for a girl. She already told you she out here. And you're
you
making a
stay.
choice.
But you're waiting. You're waiting till she.
It's not even about her being out here. What if she just doesn't want to be in a committed relationship at that time? If you've made a conscious decision that that's okay with you, then don't be like, oh, how long am I supposed to wait? Tough. You wait until you're not okay with it anymore because you're in charge of your life.
So at no point in time in the next 2 years, you don't want to be in a committed relationship.
She's never going to be in a committed relationship.
Me? Who?
Not
me?
You.
He's putting us back in the hypothetical world. I don't know what he's up to.
I mean, I think that there comes a point where it's like, oh, come on, everybody has common sense. If you're like for 2 years, like leading somebody on and that person still is okay with it, you have to ask the person who's been waiting for 2 years why that's acceptable for them.
Right. Because many times,
because if you know you want to be in a relationship, why are you waiting for 2 years?
Many times, there's like, yo, I'm waiting, and then all of a sudden you in a relationship with somebody else, and then you cut me off.
That's tough.
That means they didn't want to be with you. I tell people, listen, I'm literally on my soapbox in here tonight, and that's okay. When somebody tells you they don't want to be in a relationship, they mean they don't want to be in a relationship with you.
Okay. Good.
Pretty much don't wait, guys.
That's pretty much shoot.
That's not shade.
Listen, if you shoot your shot and y'all dipping and dabbing for 6 months and you try to build a relationship and she be like, nah, I own a relationship.
I don't know. I have a hard time with like cutting jar rules. Like maybe she's in school. Like maybe she's like moving to a new place. Maybe she's whatever. Like if she's going through some.
What is this? What's the difference between exclusively dating and being in a relationship? Paint me the picture, please.
I mean, I think they're the same. To me, dating is like you and I, like we went on some dates, we're kicking it. Dating doesn't mean that you're having sex with everyone. Dating just means that like you're getting to know a person.
I'm entertaining shit. I'm out here.
Yeah, I'm entertaining a person. I'm open to meeting new people.
Right.
To me, when you're in a relationship, you are exclusively dating one person or whatever version of relationship. Shout out to polyamory and all those things.
There's exclusively dating, and then there's a relationship.
Yeah. No. I think exclusively dating and a relationship are the same thing.
Right. All right. I've seen this a lot, and I've experienced this as well. Mm-hmm. When you're trying to, like, you know what I mean, talk to a girl, you know what I mean, get her in the bed. And we
made a hard left.
Listen, it's hard as shit. It's like a Rubik's Cube.
Wait, where do you make the hard
left? What's like a Rubik's Cube?
Getting a girl in bed.
If she really wants to, it shouldn't be that hard.
No. If she's like 7 and up, 7 and up is like in a Rubik's Cube.
Oh my god.
7 and up is a Rubik's Cube.
Listen,
What's a 7 and up?
7 and up is a Rubik's
on a scale of 1 to 10 of how good you
On
look.
a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we still do that?
We've been doing
Absolutely.
That was
All
part
right.
of the
That would
caveman
never die out.
Jesus Christ.
Listen. So
world. Women do it too.
Okay.
What?
Don't let me storm out of here.
Sir.
Bro, you've been talking for 40 minutes.
How long is this podcast?
All right.
Go ahead, cook though, King.
All right. So
Yes, King.
I finally solved the Rubik's Cube and I get the girl in bed.
Okay.
But all of a sudden, it's just like you want to be around all the time now.
Because
when I couldn't get you
you
You fucking up the
exchanged
game.
energy with this person. That's real life. There are like really like
I'm exchanging
chemicals
energy with
in
you
your-
talking to you.
There are real chemicals in your brain that are released when you have sex with a person. Like that's just real life.
But you got an MD? And
You know what? You play too
Oh, I
much.
get it.
Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
okay.
I'm in Harlem. Please come get me.
Okay. There's chemicals that I want a woman's point of view on this because this is very crucial right now.
I've made very poor
And after
decisions
this,
in my life,
I
so-
promise I will release you from the dungeon. You will be
No,
released
we
from
can.
Harlem.
You know what? We can go. Why are you trying to cut me off for 40 minutes?
Go ahead. Okay, listen.
Disrespectful.
So we release the chemicals or whatever happened. Mm-hmm. Why are you so?
And mind you, I feel like his perspective is he's coming from a point where he doesn't know you for not very long, but you let him be.
That's. I guess I don't know. I guess that's a little unreasonable then.
But it still happens.
No, I want you to talk from experience because I know this happened to you, Raven.
Yeah, when I was like in college.
Absolutely. So when you're in college and this dude is trying to get you, and you be like, nah. But he tries again, you be like, nah. He tries again, you be like, nah. But then the fourth time, you like, all right, fuck it. I'm trying to have a good time. And then you have a good time, and then you're all of a sudden hitting him up. What's that about? And don't give me the chemical
I don't
thing.
do that, so I don't know. Like, I'm really not. I don't know. I'm not that girl. I really don't know. Like,
Okay.
I feel like that's like a very special thing.
I don't think that's a special thing, but okay.
I'm a grown
I'm gonna let
woman.
that
Like, I'm not.
All right, so you could do.
I don't know why that's happening. To me, it seems a little bit of
No strings
immaturity.
attached.
Just from the information that I have, there's two sides to every story. It seems like a little bit of immaturity to expect so much immediately when you've only like had some sort of sexual encounter with a person that you don't really know. That seems a little bit odd to expect to be up under them all the time. That seems a little odd to me.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe that other person was like feeding them everything they wanted to hear, and now it's like,
Okay,
why are you acting funny?
Listen,
I don't know.
Back to the parallel universe we go. Because you know
Are
me,
you and I
ShaqTV.
still together in the parallel universe?
Yes, we are. And
I dated an Aries before.
I've known you. We know he's Ghanaian. He got the man.
Oh yeah, I
We
forgot.
know.
Oh what? I
we
didn't
know
say
all
that.
about that. Listen, we know
I
all
did
about
not
that.
say that. I forgot I told you that.
But we've
I
been
wish
friends
he
for like
was a
a year
Virgo.
or two. Listen,
The
matter of
same
fact,
side as me.
she want to sing so
Know
bad.
how to show
Somebody get Raven in the studio. We gonna get her a record deal.
That's science. Beyonce knows Carter.
Let's say in junior year of high school, I thought you were pretty, but I didn't have the confidence.
Aww.
And then,
Can we put this in adult
listen,
terms?
relax.
Nobody's in high school no
I
more.
do.
Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
We graduate.
Let's go back to high school.
You
boo.
go to college. You go to
Okay.
Howard. I go to Spelman, and yeah, and
Why would you? All right, I'm down with that.
I'm vibing. I'm doing my thing in Spelman. You doing your thing in Howard. And I just hit you up like, yo, what's up, Raven? You an old vibe. You know
Can you
what
be
I
at
mean?
Morehouse instead?
I'm at Morehouse. not
Okay.
Spelman. I'm at Morehouse. I'm like, hey, Raven, what's going on? How you been? How was Howard? Blah, blah, blah. And you text back right away like, hey, I'm good. It's good out here. How are you? Da, da, da. And then I'll be like, yo, I'm about to be in D.C. soon. You want to link up? Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
We link up. I make a move. You turn me down. Okay, cool. I'll go back to...
Dang.
Right.
I'm sorry that happened in this parallel universe.
It's hard out here. And then I go back, I do my thing, blah blah blah. And then another time we link up, and it does happen.
Okay.
But I've been the one. Listen.
I'm listening.
I've been the one reaching out every time. And after we link up, we have a good night. It ends well. We both get pleased, and after that, it's over. Then you start hitting me up.
I mean,
You said you meet. Okay. You start hitting me up. This is a hypothetical, by the way. You start hitting me up.
mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, I'm busy now. Now I'm busy. Now I'm like, nah, I'm falling back, blah, blah, blah. How would you feel about that?
Why would you do that though?
Part of the game.
I'm hearing immaturity. That's all I'm hearing.
Immaturity. I was playing the long game.
I'm just hearing immaturity on both people's side. Like, what is this? Like, oh, I was hitting you up most of the time, and then now I'm gonna stop. Like,
whoa. We're not gonna do. I was hitting you most of the time. It's that men are usually the pursuers.
I feel like you're going through something right now, and you want to tell me about it.
It's so sad that she don't even. I have listeners that are going through this right now, and they need answers.
So somebody's going through something where they've been really like pursuing a person, or have they been pursuing that person because they want to be in a relationship with them, or because they want to have sex with them?
Because they want to have sex with them.
Well, then this is not a question about relationships, then. And people need to be clear about what they're asking, because if you've been pursuing,
but
someone,
you're not gonna have sex with me if I like wine and dine you.
No,
she might. If you be honest.
But are we in 1955? What are you talking about?
Okay.
Women and whoever folks choose to identify with can do with their bodies what they want and when they want. You don't have to buy me a little cheap meal that you only tip $5 because you want to do something with me.
Don't do the hell roll, because I tip big, not $5. But go ahead.
What you tip? 18%?
$2.50.
That ain't it. Anywho,
I'm
the
broke,
point
baby.
is, if you
go ahead, Ray.
if you're not tipping a base minimum of 20%, please don't ask me to go eat nowhere.
What?
I used to be a server
fair.
making $2.13 an hour. Please don't.
You
play.
relate.
Whoa.
Please don't play unless you tipping properly. If you don't have money to tip, you don't have money to go eat. But anywho, back to the topic.
Wait, what?
That's tough.
Wait, no. Let's stay there.
That's tough.
I have an issue with that.
How?
20%?
Listen.
I'm trying to go somewhere after
Ladies, if you see these two men walk to the
20%?
left and keep it moving, walk very swiftly in the other direction.
All right, so let's say
Listen.
we're going somewhere after we finish eating. I still got to pay 20%. So everywhere we go, I got to get 20%. Because you can't be stingy now. Because now you always want 20% giving up.
Why are you? But this is the thing. That's the point that I'm making. Nobody's saying you got to go somewhere that costs $100, $200. Like, if you know, look. Oh my God! Do I have to? I'm gonna write a book.
Yes.
I gotta write a book. Men, and this is. I
Mm-hmm.
understand. I don't mean to be exclusionary. I'm talking about men who are pursuing women.
Mm-hmm.
Cis men who are pursuing cis women. If you know what that means, you know what that means. I'm not gonna break it down right now. We ain't finna do all that right now.
If it go over your head, it go over your head.
If it goes over your head, it goes over your head. Look it up. Google is your friend.
Right.
But if you are pursuing me, you should be doing this research in advance. Why would you take me to a place that you cannot afford to tip properly?
What is
You should be doing your research in advance. Like, okay, the average cost of the thing on this menu is $30. If we both eat, that's $60. We both gonna have a drink, that's about $100. 20%, blah blah blah. Like, you should be doing this math in your head before. Don't get there and act shocked when I'm looking at you crazy because you tip $5 on a $100 bill. That's crazy. That's not impressive to me. You're messing with this server's money. I used to be a server. I hate that so much.
I thought she liked me for me. Why I gotta tip the waitress?
It's not.
That's what I don't understand.
I hate
You like me for me, right? I tipped the waitress.
It's not about
where the waitress came from. All right, so
because
what is a bad
she's
waitress?
working.
What is a wait? What do you call a waitress guy? A waiter. What if it was just a waiter and he's bad? In your world, I got
honestly,
20%.
but this is my thing. I don't ever go below 18% because I've been a server before. Now I know in New York, like some people make like 10 or something, sometimes a little more an hour. I'm from the South where you make about $2 an hour, and what you get on your paycheck is nothing. You live off of tips. So I'm just saying, I don't go below 18%. I think you need to do your research before you take somebody on a date to make sure that you have enough money to pay. If you have offered to pay and that you have enough money to tip. And if you only got enough money to take me one place and give a good little tip, don't take me 3 places because then I'm going to be looking at you like you're crazy.
Raven?
I'm trying to tell y'all. You said people want.
Right.
See,
Yeah,
this is the problem. This is the problem. No, this is the problem. This is the problem because men will ask a question and then be like, "Why I gotta pay?" You just ask me for the answer. I'm telling you the answer that most women with common sense would tell you. Don't take me out and tip $5 on a $100 bill. That is not impressive to me. If you want to try your luck and you think you know better than I do, be my guest.
Absolutely, Raven. And
I was directed.
I agree with that 1,000%.
I heard that was directed. I'm just trying to help y'all.
Listen. I agree with that.
This is not what we were talking about.
Listen.
What we were talking about was if you're pursuing someone for some sort of sexual relationship.
She want to run the podcast now. Go ahead, Raven. You A Mike. No, you A Mike. Go ahead. Do your thing.
I'm just saying. You're pursuing someone for a sexual relationship or you're pursuing them for an actual relationship. You need to be clear on what you're pursuing them for. And then everything else will follow from there.
But Raven, I'm a human being.
Darling.
Please follow me for a second. I've tried being upfront and it hasn't worked. So the only reason for me to keep trying is insanity.
That wasn't the girl for you, boo.
No. It's not that it's not the girl for me. It's that my tricks are not as good as they should be.
What you be doing? You juggle?
Listen. Google Ringmaster. And that's who I am. What? I'm a ringmaster.
Ew.
You ever see them guys at the circus? They have the lions jumping through the hoops. That's me.
You be jumping through hoops for these girls.
No, I have Pete. I'm not even gonna go there. But I have lions jumping through hoops. But with all that being said, where were we with the?
I don't know. We were in a parallel universe last time I checked.
We're definitely in a parallel universe.
Oh, you was at
No. Back to the tipping thing. Because I'm not going to let this go.
Yeah, she's trying to go
I'm from the Caribbean, right?
Wait.
Where tipping is not standard. We're in the United States of America where tipping is standard. Don't do that.
How long was you a server for?
What does that matter?
That doesn't matter.
What I told you was do what you want to do. And
this has nothing to do with the tipping thing.
For you. Not just for you. I'm just saying. I was a server. I've been in food service since I was 15 years old. I started working in food service once I
I was just asking. I just wanted to know.
I had my first job when I was 15. I've always been in food service. So I've seen people act a fool. People trying to flex when they on dates. The things is like, do what you can do. If you... Listen, here we go. If you know you don't have money to take me on a date and you don't have money to take, why don't you take me to Brooklyn Museum on first Saturday, first Friday?
That's not gonna excite you, Raven.
Then that's not the person for you.
No.
That's not the person for you.
So wait, just because...
I love museums. Okay.
Do you tip the bouncers at the museum?
Why would there be bouncers at a museum?
Charles, get out of here. But
Charles, I'm disappointed in you.
Wait, how are you disappointed? Wait
till you find out.
Wait,
who he really is.
Why don't you find out what that person actually likes? Because if you've already spent time getting to know them, and you're like, you know what, she would appreciate a picnic.
See, Raven, what do you?
Let me tell you, I bought a picnic basket to take this man on a date that I was dating before. I gave it to my sister. We never got to use it. Did you tip the
discount person we bought the basket?
I never got to use it. It was very sad.
What a shame.
It was the Aries.
What a shame.
It was the Aries.
My son's trying to get right to business. But
listen, Raven, we are all human beings. I can't stress this enough. You know this. It's not like you don't know this. We spend more than what we have. So, if I have $100 and Benihana's cost $95,
then why would you take me to
Benihana's?
Oh my God! No, you better take me to Applebee's. You got Applebee's money.
I got Applebee's money. That's bad.
Don't take me to Applebee's.
Right, I'm never gonna take you to Applebee's. I'm gonna take you to heaven, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the end.
That's tough.
We're really going to end it like that?
We're going to end it like that.
But is there any... All right, before we leave, is there any other thing that closed down the line of, yo, you take me somewhere, you have to pay 20%?
He's really stuck on this.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm not talking about the tip down. But anything else that will be in that list that someone might not know for the listeners.
I'm just saying, y'all can do what y'all want to do.
Don't dive back into the 20% tip. I'm talking about something else that will fall into that category. Like, yo.
Of like things that you should do on a date.
It don't just have to be a date. It can just be life situations.
I think it's just about doing your research.
I've never read anywhere 20% was a mandatory.
That's because you didn't do your research,
no, that's
boo-boo.
everyone has their own experience through life, through walks of life. You already obviously have something in the back of your head because you got that from there. 20% mandatory. There's something else back there. Just maybe something someone might not know.
But it's not about what you may not know. Like, if you are entering into a new situation, you're like, oh, I'm going to take somebody out on a date. Go on Google. How much should I tip when I go blah, 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 blah. Like, you can ask Google anything.
Right.
Like, don't be ashamed. Like,
don't be ashamed.
Don't be ashamed. You always have to find new information. All you have to do is ask and you can find out. When you go out with somebody, just do your research. It's not about spending $100, $200 every time you go out because people can tell when you're trying too hard. Just do your research. Just do your research on that person and what you're doing. On Google and on that person. Why are you going to take her to Benihana's and she don't like Benihana's?
But
you would know that if you asked.
I would know that if I asked. And I will say.
The theme is ask.
Ask. We're going to start doing that in 2020. Like, ladies, gents, and theys. Ask. Raven, it was a blast having you here.
It was wonderful.
Can't wait till you come back during Black History Month. And
I can't wait to come back.
Dive into all about the injustice that is happening. But for now, ladies, you know my motto. Pop that pussy for a real nigga only. Stop fucking niggas that can't do nothing for you. And fellas, is levels to this shit. Wait your fucking turn. And the way we ending this everybody's laughing. Listen, I love everyone and we gonna have us a great new year. And I just hold it together. Everybody hold it together. Everyone have a great new year. And a new decade is upon us. And we gonna have a blast.
Wonderful.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are.
Give me a hug, friend.
Yeah.